rivalry. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare and prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
Man, when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend 2 plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that was called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to defend the scramble play, the breakdown, the improv. That's what makes these quarterbacks so dangerous. And it just takes one breakdown defensively for a big play, and it's 6.
It's Jake Elliott, ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
And even though he's just a rookie, Mike, I think it's safe to say Jaden Daniels, he is one of the most dynamic athletes that we have in the entire NFL at the quarterback position. And on top of that, he's not a one-dimensional player. Yes, he's going to make splash plays with his feet, and he's going to make some highlight reel plays. But he is a quarterback. He can make every throw. He's got great arm talent. If he can continue to find the balance between those 2 aspects, he's got a chance not to have just success today, but he has a chance to have success for a long time in this league.
Here's a 2nd and 9. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. He'll manage only a couple. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Commander's first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll give it to Eckler on the option. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line. Play action. Here's Daniels. That's complete. It's Jamison Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, Daniels finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Man in motion is Brown. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. This one caught at the 4.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Terry McLaurin, touchdown Commanders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Austin Seibert now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Britton Covey now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Hurts working in the pistol. Quickly to the outside and complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Hurts now. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Man in motion is Smith. He's to the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. First and goal coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. It is brought in the end zone. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense going to take over now for the second time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, first and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Daniels to throw on second down. That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Third and long, and here's Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On fourth down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Britton Covey deep for the Eagles. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense about ready to get going on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Going to try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Jonathan Allen, the big man from the interior, with the stop. It is third and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
I think in this field position, Mike, when fourth and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
A fair catch taken here. And it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He's got it at the 7. And he's into the end zone. Terry McLaurin, touchdown Washington. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the 1st quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer, because right now, they don't have one.
Here's Seibert now for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. And in motion is Brown. Open man downfield is Smith. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Got a man. It's that rookie third-round pick. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. And that'll be batted down and incomplete. James Bradbury right there gets a hand on it to break it up.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
Quick throw, taken in, and nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he will have the Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they convert on 3rd and 3. They'll throw with Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Throwing again, Daniels. He'll try to run for it. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
On the zone read, here's Daniels. Marked down at the 6.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And now it's 3rd and goal.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and, man, they were this close to coming away.
And And he'll take it on in. Zach Ertz, touchdown Commanders. And make it 3 in the first. He has thrown 3 first-quarter touchdowns. An incredible start to this one.
It really is incredible, Mike, and I'm not sure really what word there is better to describe it. This is just truly a special performance we're seeing today. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited what the next 3 quarters have in store.
Seibert out now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Barkley. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
2nd and 11. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Hurts to throw. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Commanders with the early lead. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt, and although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he's in. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. The quarterback had the decision to make, and boy, he chose the right one, taking it in for the touchdown.
The key to this play, Mike, is the decision-making by the quarterback. Get your eyes on that defensive end. If he crashes on the handoff to the back, you pull it, he gets out in space, and he does the rest.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Eagles will even the score. It's now 21-all. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. The drive starts with a carry by Eckler. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels on target. Got it to McLaurin. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Daniels. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
He's trying to set the tone here for the rest of the game and let this defense know there is not a blade of grass on this field that you don't have to defend, because he reared back and he let that one eat. And he's got to work a little bit on his touch, a little bit on his accuracy, but I don't think he needs to work on his arm strength.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up 3rd down. To the air again is Daniels. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
He'll try the right side with Robinson. He'll be brought down inside the 25. The veteran Darius Slay, they're on the stop. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Daniels. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Austin Eckler out of the backfield. And it's going to be 3rd down.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
Seibert's kick is good. And the Commanders will take a 24-21 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Covey now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Devontae Smith and the rest of the Philly offense heading back onto the field. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one brought in by Brown. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. And in motion is Brown. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Hurts. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
Taking off. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Commanders' offense ready to get back at it. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. A modest gain. maybe 2 yards. It's second down. They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that first down. Third and a yard. Third and a yard. It's Daniels. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 84 yards. Touchdown, Washington. What a half he is putting together. That's his third touchdown already. Here's Seibert now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Commanders add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Man in motion is Smith. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. First and 10. Now it's Hurts. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Man in motion is Brown. Hurts will try it again. To the goal line and in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
That's just too easy. At this level, Mike, you give an NFL quarterback that much time to find a receiver that open, it's just going to be pitch and catch and result in an easy 6. So they got to tighten up their coverage. They got to do a better job accounting for all these receivers, because if they have guys running that free the rest of this game, they're going to light up the scoreboard.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. And he'll take this to about the 28. The veteran Darius Slay, they're on the stop. Second down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now, this looks like it just... Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. That'll be picked up by the Eagles. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. Hurts going to hold on to this one. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
A first down throw for Hurts. He'll take off again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Dotson, the man in motion. A second down throw for Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. What does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Third and long for Hurts. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
On fourth down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. This from 40 yards out. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles will tie up the game.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and Terry McLaurin heading out onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. The tight end Ertz in motion. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Throwing on second down, Daniels. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's a third down and 4. Operating from the gun. That is intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
And in motion is Brown. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Hurts. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here's 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it's going to be 4th down.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to take this up to the 17-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Tress Way now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Hurts to the air on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And When you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. To the air again. Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Here's Braden Mann now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. This one complete right side. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a 1st down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
So we've reached halftime here. It has been an entertaining first half. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
To throw on second down is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. Here comes the Eagles punt team. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The home team's offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this third quarter, and it's 1st and 10. And he'll work his way forward to about the 21.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, 3 to go. Daniels going to keep this himself. Fighting for the marker, he loses the football. The Eagles have it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. And the Eagles are going to be set up. 1st and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops when that ball slips out of your hands, and in this case, kind of dodges a bullet as this one goes harmlessly out of bounds.
And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal for Hurts. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job #1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball, and that's what he's done in this one. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the zone read, Daniels going to hang on to it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
The motion man here is McLaurin. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. Here's Eckler. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Daniels. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
It's first down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in 2nd and long.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
What that play call tells me is that play caller made up his mind. We're on 3rd and inches. If we don't get it, we're going for it on 4th down. So he really treated that 3rd down like 2nd down. They work the outside part of the field, simple pitch and catch. It's a nice pickup.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Now he'll run it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Quick throw, taken in. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Dotson, the man in motion. On 1st down, it's Hurts. And this throw batted away and incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. The deficit, 6 points. For a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Off the RPO, this one to McLaurin.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Third and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Eagles offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Dotson, the man in motion. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Hurts to throw. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Hurts again. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Again, Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Hurts will try it again. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up fourth down.
So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to make it a 2-possession lead. Oh, he had the distance, but it doinks off the upright, no good. And they will not be able to make this a 2-possession game.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold him to a gain of 2. Here is a big one. Third down and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Eckler. On the zone read, here's Daniels. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. On play action, Daniels. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
That is caught back corner of the end zone. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
Seibert out now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Hovey now on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they've just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Hurts now. That's taken in left side by Smith.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. He'll try to run for it. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Man in motion is Smith. On 2nd down, Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. So the field goal here gets you the late lead. Gotta think you want 6 when you have it first down and goal. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on first and goal. Now here's second and goal. Looks like a design run. Hurts has it. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is third and goal.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. And he's going nowhere on this one. Met and dropped behind the line, and now it is fourth and goal.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
Now return coming from the 7th. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll have a Commander's first down as he's able to get it to the 37-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On first down, right back to Robinson. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Only to about the 39. Second down and 8. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
into space. He is in. Touchdown, Eagles. What a big play for the special teams unit, Greg. They get the block and the score. A big swing that starts with getting to the kicker.
Yeah, exactly right, Mike. And anytime you draw up a successful punt block rush, it starts with identifying the breakdown of the protection unit. In this case, they found that weak link. They were able to exploit it. It leads not only to the block, but to the touchdown.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will make it a two-score game as they are now up 9. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25, and the drive will begin there. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. There's that man again. Another catch. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one for 16 and the 1st down.
Throwing a comeback route against zone coverage, it could be a little bit tricky. Remember, in zone, the defender's eyes are on the quarterback. So if your receiver doesn't sell that right and this ball's not thrown on time, you're going to end up watching that defender take this thing back the other way.
Here's Robinson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate and an opportunity for a big shot. You end up falling short.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On 1st down, it's Robinson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That one complete to Brian Robinson.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
That's to the sideline and pulled in by Brown.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
It's only a yard, but a big yard. 4th and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. And in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Once again, it's Barkley. So, fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. Here comes the Eagles punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. Here's 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Certainly hasn't been their best game in terms of rushing the passer, but you find yourself with a lead here in the 4th quarter. No better time for that pass rush to come alive and see if they can close this game out.
Now on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
And now you get the pick six, and right on the heels of that, the offense comes out to go for 2. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Throwing is Daniels. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Now the Commanders will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in this one. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from just outside our nation's capital.